This conference will now be recorded.
So before starting, I just want to ask you a few questions related to whatever the commands that we have discussed. Okay. What is git clone? GitHub. So GitHub to local. In local, you install git bash. Okay. What are the three main step or what are the three main git commands that you have used so far? Okay. Now tell me this. Touch space file one. Touch space file one. What does it do? It will create a file. Now I want this file to be committed to GitHub. Now tell me what are the steps I need to follow. The message, okay. First three steps will be add, commit, push. Okay. And then how do I know whether the file is added or not? Git status. Okay. Git commands are going to start with git. Okay. And then what is git config? What it shows to set the username and email address we use git. Okay. And how many ways are there to authenticate to the GitHub? Two. What are they? There are two ways to authenticate to the Git. You only told right now. What are the two ways? What are the two ways to authenticate to GitHub? One is by providing user ID and password. Second is by email ID. One is by providing user ID and password. What is the second mechanism to authenticate? What token it is? Token is correct, but what token? Personal access to PAD token. Okay. So you have practiced all the Git commands, I believe. Yes. Okay. Why do we use like okay? How do I get the commit IDs? Git log. If I want to find out what has been changed on a particular commit ID, what has been changed on this commit ID, I want to find out. Git show. Yeah. I have added the files to the Git. I want to get them back again. I want to make them as untracked files. Git reset. I want to store all the files in a temporary storage. Git stash. I want to delete the temporary storage files. Drop. Okay. Drop or delete, both are common. And then, yeah. So let's consider like this. So let me open Git Bash. We are already on Git Bash, and this is our main file. And I'm just pulling all the changes. Last I was pulled on Thursday. Today is like a new one, right? I'm just pulling all the changes. Everything is up to date. Okay. No changes has been made on the repository. So that's why it shows that everything is up to date. I have an Excel file. I have given it to you to make some changes. Are you going to disturb the original Excel file or you are going to take a copy of that and make your changes? You used to you used to copy the file and make some changes, and once the changes are working there, then what you do? Change the same thing in the original file. The original file is called main branch. Main. Let's consider as a main file. Whatever the file that copy you have taken was a feature. That means I asked you to implement a new feature. So you added the new feature. And then finally what you have done, you have merged the changes from feature to the main. So this is what we call as branches. I used to write the original code, right? Let's consider my application is IRCTC. I need to write the original code. Where are you going to store the original code? So just try to understand like this. There is some company called HCL. I joined recently in HCL. They are working for IRCTC project. They already have Azure repos and everything, like GitHub and everything they have. They asked me to implement a new feature into the IRCTC application. Am I going to directly go to the original code and disturb it, or taking a new copy, right? These copies are nothing but called as branches. So in the main branch, they have the original code. If I want to work on the code, what I'm going to do is I want to take a new copy of the branch. The branch name is called anything, future or your name, anything you can keep. And then once you are done in the future branch, then you use to merge the changes into main branch. Okay. So today we'll see about branches. Okay. So first let's see in the user interface and then we will see through the commands. So this is the account and then this is the repository that we have already created. And if you see here, earlier main was already there, but we haven't discussed about it. So now main is the branch. Okay, this is the branch where we used to maintain the original code. Now I have a requirement to change the code inside it, or I want to implement a new feature inside it. One second, someone is asking same link. Yes, the link that I have given was ending with the 235 only, right? I think that was the latest one that everybody is joining. Okay, let's consider. Let's see. So I have the main branch. In the main branch, I have the original code. Now I want to make some few changes in the code. So if you like if you just use the drop down, you want to create a new branch because you want to make the changes. So that's why I'm going to create it as future. Are you going to write the code from the scratch or already the code is there, right? On top of that, you need to write on top of that, right? So that means whatever the branch, like whatever the code that we have in the main branch, create a future branch. So create a future branch from main branch. So I just created it right now. So in the main branch, how many files are there? So last one is Punjab, right? So go to the future branch. Here also I have Punjab. So that means I have copied all the code into future branch. Now I want to modify the changes in the future branch. Okay. How can we modify? Now whatever I want to make it only in future branch. Let's take this Punjab file. I want to edit some information into it. Click on edit and these lines are empty, right? Say this is the code I bought from the main. So in the main also it will be same only, right? So add something inside it. I have written some information. I'm done with my changes. Commit the changes. How many lines are there? 7 lines. And it is in which branch? Future branch. Now I am done with the changes. Coding changes are done. Like I have completed my coding changes. Once the coding changes are completed, what you need to do? You need to merge the code, right? To which branch? Main branch. So if you want to merge the code change from one branch to another branch, you need to create a pull request. Pull request means PR. Why we use PR? To merge the changes from one branch to another branch. Click on pull request. Now if you see, it is showing me that feature had recent pushes a minute ago. How it is showing me? Because it is always trying to compare the main branch with other branches. If anybody make any changes in the branch, immediately it will show me somebody has made some changes in feature branch. Now if you want to get the changes into your main branch, you can compare and pull request. From here also you can do, or here also you can do. So first I will take this and see whatever the code I have in future branch, merge it into main branch. You can see the arrow symbol. What was the recent file that you have updated? Punjab. So it has automatically showed that updated Punjab. Okay. And just create the pull request and see this. It is checking. So this branch has no conflict with the base branch. So there are no conflicts. Everything is, what is a conflict? I will explain you later. Okay, match the pull request. So wherever you see the green symbol, just try to confirm. Pull request has successfully merged and closed. Now I want to verify whether that is matched or not. So where you are going to verify future or main? Main. Go to this Punjab and see that all the code from the Punjab is merged into this. I will give you one more example. So in the main branch, till Punjab we have. Now I am going to take Kolkata. Do I need to change directly in the main branch? No. I want to, whatever I want to modify, I'll take a future branch. In that future branch, I am going to create a new file. The file name is Kolkata. And this, I'm just going to keep it as this is. I'm just going to write it as this is. Commit the file. So in future branch, I have added which file? Kolkata. Is it directly available in the main branch? Verify it. Kolkata is not available here. Why it is not available? Pull request, we haven't raised it yet. So now I want to do the pull request. Go to pull request. I want to create a new pull request. Match the changes from, see it is showing as main and main. Change that to future. And see one new Kolkata file is created. And what they have added, this is. Okay. And now create the pull request. And once after this, create pull request. And it is going to check any conflict are there on that file or not. I will explain you what is conflict next. Match the pull request. What do you want to match? Match. Confirm match. Successfully merged and closed. Okay. Now I want to verify. So in the main branch, I have Kolkata. As of now, we are creating the new files and we are making the creating the future branch and merging the changes. They forgot to write this is Kolkata. Again, where in which branch I need to make the change? Future. And then merged into main branch. So if there is any single line change or if there is any symbol space also, directly you need to make changes in the future branch and then merge it into main branch. So if you want me to do that, I'll just do that right away. So go to future branch and here go to Kolkata and then add edit this and instead of this is I'm going to make it as Kolkata and just commit the changes and now it is done, right? I'm going to pull request, create a pull request and compare that with the future branch and finally create it. So now this way, so whatever the data, like whatever the code change that I want to make, where I want to make first? Future branch. Why are you not making any changes in the main branch? Because in the main branch we have the original code, we should not disturb that. Why we should not disturb in the main branch itself? Okay, let me consider this way. You are saying that Git will be used for tracking all the changes. Even if you make some changes mistakenly, you can revert it back, right? Why are we not making any changes in the main branch? Even though we have the option to revert it, because on top of the main branch there will be n number of pipelines are working. This is first point. What is pipeline? Forget about this. Whatever the code that we have in the main branch, my pipelines will take that code and it will run. This is the first point. Second point, we are three guys. Directly I'm making the changes in the main branch and I'm asking these people to take the code from the main branch. Which one it will take? I am making the changes right now. So I was saying, first let's consider in the main branch we have three files. We both cloned three files. Like we just cloned the main branch and we got the three files. After cloning, what that person has done was he has made the changes directly in the main branch. And again we are trying to push it. At that time, is it going to push or is it going to show you error? Error. Why it shows error? When we cloned it, it was three files only. What the second person was done was he added the fourth file, and we don't have that file in our local system because we cloned when we are cloning it is only three files. And right now, when we are trying to push, it shows that it is error. Why? Because somebody has updated something in the main branch. At that time, what I can do? Again, these people need to pull the changes, and again they need to match it. I'll tell you how that works. So as of now, I'm done. Like I'm okay with this pull request and merging the changes. So till this point, it is fine. So in the main branch, if I go to Kolkata, I can see the data like this. As of now, we are just using the sample text messages, but in real time, it will be completely code. There will be thousands and thousands of lines. If I directly take the code, you won't be able to understand. So that's why, for your understanding, I have just taken the sample files. Okay, till this point, what I have done was I created a new branch and I went into the branch and added the changes and I merged the pull request. This is complete user interface. Now I want to execute the same things through this git bash. Okay, now do I need to do the git pull or not? Because somebody changed something in the remote. I want to get all the changes into my local C. Kolkata and Punjab are the new files. So I got all the changes into my local. Now, first, I don't know anything about user interface. I want to know how many branches are there first. How many branches are there in the remote? When I say remote, it is GitHub. How many branches are there? Two. Main and future. I cloned it right already. I pulled it. If I do the git branch, it will give me how many branches? But as of now, I am able to see one branch only. Why? This is the first point. Again, you'll think that it hasn't pulled all the changes. Again, I want to pull it. It shows that already up to date. If you want to find the number of branches on the remote, you need to use hyphen A. Git branch hyphen A. And see this. We have main branch and future branch in the remote. Okay. Now, if I do the git branch, still I'm able to see only. So when I say hyphen A, it is going to look in the remote. And forget about this head. This is like where you are working right now on the head of origin main. I want to create a new branch. So branches I already know. Or else consider this. Before creating a new branch, with the help of a git branch hyphen a, I have seen that there is a branch called main and future. Now I am in which branch? Main branch. I want to move it into future branch. Git checkout to which branch you want to go? So switch it to the branch called future. Okay. See whether we have all the files or not. Here you can see that you are in future branch. Now future branch is fine. Again, I want to go to main branch. Git checkout main. This way you can navigate from one branch to another branch. Now what I will do is I'll go to future branch. Right now I'm in future branch. I'm going to add one file in the future branch first. Fetch. I'm going to keep it as Kerala. Once you create the file, what is the next step? Add git commit hyphen m Kerala file added in future branch. I committed it. And after that, git push, right? I don't want to push. Added and committed. Till this point, it is fine. I don't want to push anything. Before pushing, whatever the code that I have written, it is in which branch? Future branch. I want to merge this into which branch? Main branch. First, you need to, like, now tell me, git. If you want to merge it, you need to use a command called merge. Which branch you want to merge? Future branch to main branch. I want to merge which branch? Future branch. Future to main, but you cannot mention it like future into main. But the branch that you want to merge is future. It shows that already up to date. What is the reason for it? I'll tell you. You are sitting in the same branch and you are trying to merge the same branch. That's why it shows that everything is up to date. So when you want to merge, you need to check out to main branch, and there you need to use git merge future branch and see this. This is some commit message. If you want to write any commit message, you can write it. As of now, I don't want to write anything. Colon WQ and see Kerala. And I think earlier also there are some few files. That's why it is trying to merge. So Kerala is a file added. Now I'm in which branch? And see that Kerala file is there in the main branch. Earlier where we created it in the future branch. So now we know how to create a branch, like how to navigate from one branch to the another branch, how to merge the code changes from one branch to another branch. Now there is a requirement to create a new branch. You know through the user interface how to create it. Let's do the same thing by using command. Git branch commands are going to start with git branch. I want to create a new branch called Ravi. Ravi is the branch name. I'm not sure whether it is created or not. No. How can you list out the branches? Helping it in this. Git branch -ar. And right now I'm in which branch? So that's why it shows the star here. Right now I'm in this branch. I want to navigate into which branch? Ravi. Hit checkout Ravi. Ravi will be also having the same code whatever there is there in the main branch. See this. Whatever that is there in the main branch, the same code will be available in the new branches that you create. Okay. Till this point, it is fine. Whatever. Right now, I created a new branch, right? I want to push the branch to the remote repository. Now the branch is available where? In my local system. Do we have the Ravi branch in the GitHub? I want to push the changes. How we can do that? See, right now I'm in which branch? Ravi branch only. Do the git push. See what it is showing. The current branch Ravi has no upstream job branch. To push the current branches and set the remote as upstream, use this command to do that. Okay, you might be having one doubt. So here we have Ravi, and again we are trying to push the same thing to the GitHub Ravi. In GitHub Ravi, we do not have, right? So what you will think is, first we will check out to the main branch. Main and the main are, both are available, right? Now try to do the git push. To which branch it has sent? To the main branch only. Go and verify this, whether you get the Ravi branch or not. Understood? So you went to the main branch and pushed directly to the main branch. That's why main only is showing. Now what you want to do is, if you see the latest error, if you want to push any new branches, you need to use this git push hyphen hyphen set upstream origin Ravi. Now to do that, what I am going to do is first git remote add origin. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. So this is the repository. This is the link. What do you mean by this command? Okay. So I'll explain you this way. C drive, home, entertainment slash movies. I have this location. Wherever I want to use, I can copy and paste it. But this is a big thing, right? I will just store it in a variable called origin is equals to this. So if I use origin, what is the value inside it? This one only, right? Like the same way, I am going to add inside the origin variable, I am going to use this URL. So first set this. It shows that remote origin already exists. Okay. Now I want to git push origin to Which branch, what branch you want to send? Git push origin Ravi. See, it has pushed or not. So let's go back to that and verify it. Just refresh. Ravi is there, right? You understood it what I have done, or okay? What I have done was I created a branch and I'm unable to push the branch. So for that, what I am doing is I am setting the origin variable as this. Each and every time I cannot use this complete URL. So that's why I just added the variable origin. And if you see this command, I want to push it to which URL, this URL. And what is the branch I want to push? Ravi. So this is how we can push it. Hmm? There is Ravi to Ravi, sir. There in the main. But that's fine. But you're directly pushing it to the which branch? It is not recommended like you need to be in the same branch and you need to do the git push there. So by using this also, whatever the branch you are located in, you can directly push it to that branch. Okay. So I am able to create the branches, push the branch code changes into the repository, and I am able to also pull the changes to each and everything I am able to do. So whatever I have shown you through the interface, the same things we are able to do it. Okay. Now merging is user interface or command line. Merge. See, if I want to use user interface, if I want to merge the code changes from one branch to another branch, here I have used pull request. But when it comes to my local, did I create pull request? No, I directly used a command called merge. Okay, and let's go to the stop 20 git commands, and here you will be able to see it. So git commit and git diff and reset. We already see status rm log show and see this git branch. This command lists all the branches in the current repository. And then if you want to create a new branch, git branch name. If you want to delete any branch, this is also important. If you want to delete a branch, delete where, local or remote? Okay, let's see that. So this is an important interview question. How to delete a branch both locally and remotely? This is very important question. Now, to delete a branch, what was the command that they have used? Git branch hyphen d. D stands for delete. Which branch name? The Ravi branch name. This commands deletes the Ravi branch. That's fine. I want to delete the branch in remote also. At the same time, I want to delete in remote also. How can you do it? So, what was the search criteria that you are going to look it in the Google? Now, tell me how you need to search. Delete our English only, not use US or UK. Just our English. Delete branch remote. GitHub. To delete a remote branch, you cannot use the git branch command. Instead, you use the git push command with hyphen hyphen delete flag. See, how do I delete a git branch locally and remotely? See, Stack Overflow is a website. So it's like a community platform. సో మనకు ఎలాగైతే ఎర్రర్లు వస్తున్నాయో సేమ్ టు సేమ్ వాళ్ళకు కూడా వచ్చింటాయి. వాళ్ళు కూడా సేమ్ ఇలాగే యూస్ చేస్తారు. Whatever the errors that we are facing, so many people also will be facing. It is a platform. So where n number of people will be posting their questions and they will be getting answered. Okay. See, failed attempts, what he has done. Git branch hyphen d, and he is trying to do this. It shows the command not found. Git branch hyphen d, original bug fix, command not found. See, he has tried all the ways. The answer is this. Wherever you see green symbol, that means it is worked. And 24,000 people, for those people, it worked. See, to delete a local branch, you can make use of git branch hyphen d followed by the branch name. I want to delete it through remote, right? In the remote also I want to delete. See this. Git push. What is the remote name? Remote name in the sense the link of the repository. In which variable I stored it? origin. Git push origin hyphen hyphen delete. What is the remote branch name? Ravi. By using this you can delete it. So let's see. Git push hyphen d. If I just keep Ravi, it will be deleted only in my local system. But I want to delete it in the remote. Git push origin hyphen d followed by the branch name. See, it directly showed in the GitHub. See this. Is it deleted or not? Now whether it is available in my local or deleted. Why it is available still in my local? Because I have used origin hyphen d. That means here clearly you can see that it is worked on remote, not in my local. If I want to delete that in my local, it branch hyphen d followed by the branch. That's what they have showed you in the documentation. If you want to delete a remote branch, remote in the sense GitHub, git push or origin hyphen d and your branch name. If you want to delete in the local, git branch hyphen d followed by the branch name. Understood? This was an interview question. How to delete the branch locally and remotely. Okay, till this point it is fine. So I'm just done with all the changes and I'm just trying to do the tools. So everything is fine. Why we use branches? This was an interview question. Why we use branches in Git? To make any changes, we should not disturb the original code. So that's why we take a future branch and make the changes and finally merge the code changes from future to main branch. How did you merge? By creating a PR. PR stands for pull request. Okay. What do you achieve by this? No. Directly you can go and make the changes in the main branch, right? If I'm a single developer, okay, that will go to a different way. So if I want to make each and every time a small change also, again I am trying to create a PR. Okay, let's think that it is a security issue. Whatever I want to change by creating a PR, I am just simply merging all the changes, right? Then where is the security? Security also not there, right? So we'll see about the security things later. Okay, so till this point we are able to use all the git commands. See merge. The command merges the specified branch history into current branch. Is it going to merge only the code or history also? History also it is going to take. So in whatever git you take, everything is going to be along with the code. It should be history also. In history also you used to get. Why we use git remote? I just added git remote add. What is the variable name? Origin. And what is the URL link? That GitHub link that I have pasted it. And see this. Like this, you can make the changes. Now I have one more question. Right now I'm in main branch. Whatever if I write here and if I just push to which branch it will go? Main branch. If I want to push it only to future branch, check out to the future branch and you need to push it. That's fine. That is the way you can do it. And we have seen all these 20 commands. If you see, there is only one command that we haven't discussed, the diff. Diff means difference. So let me just show it to you. The git diff command shows the file differences which are not yet staged. Not yet staged in the sense not added to the git. Staged files and unstaged files means whatever the files you added to the git, those are staged and tracked files. If the files are not added to the git, that means untracked files and unstaged files. So this also you can see. If I want to compare the difference of number of files between one branch to the another branch, how many new files are there in between these two branches, I can make use of diff. Okay. How did you create a pad token? How did you create a pad token? From where? Here, settings. You need to go to developer settings, and from here you can create the pad token. Personal access token. Okay. Till this point, you have seen all the Git commands and how to push the changes into the this one, all right? Let's consider a scenario. There is a repository called DevOps Lab that we cloned it recently. Let me tell you one simple thing. Today I have cloned this DevOps Lab. There are n number of developers going to work on the same DevOps Lab only. They might be working with the different files and everything else. Not only my file name, they will be working with different files. Today I cloned it. 2 days I am on leave. The third day I came to the office. I tried to git push it. Is it going to work or not? Why it won't work? Because if there are any changes in the repository, for example, I'll create a new repository and show you. I want to create one more repository. This repository name is IRC something like this. IRC demo. And it's a public and just create the repository. I want to have this complete repository in my local. What is the thing? Copy the URL and then go to your git bash. So I just want to go to one step back and in this I want to clone it. I cloned the complete one. Yes, cd irc tc demo. So do we have any files here? No. When I cloned it, I do not have any files. I was on leave for the next 1 day. So some other person tries to contribute some code into this. Or else take this. I'll do one push and I'll show you. So whatever you do, you need to follow this. I'm just making it fast. A message, random message, and then done. And then refresh this. I'm able to see the file one here. Okay. Now I was on leave. So other new developer joined in the company. You asked the person to contribute some code onto this. What he is going to do? First, he is going to take the copy of this branch or not. So he will copy, and he will work. And then let's consider this is the new user. This is the new user. From the user interface, I am adding one file. Create a new file. The name is file2. Once added, committed the file. Forget about the branching and everything. We only work on main branch. So two files are there. On the third day, I came into the office, and if I do ls, I see that only file one is there. I'm not going to pull any changes. Directly, I will create one more file called file 3. Let's consider file 3. Forget about file 2. I don't know whether file 2 is there or not. I just created file 3. Git add, git commit, and then git push. Is it going to push or not? You say that no. Why no? అక్కడ ఫైల్ 2 అనేది కొత్తగా ఒకటి ఉంది. అది నీ దగ్గర ఉందా? మరి ఇప్పుడు నేను పుష్ చేస్తే ఏది పెట్టుకోవాలనుకుంటది గిట్? అంటే ఫైల్ 2 తీసేసి మనం పెడుతుందా? So if I push now, what happens? Git is going to consider only my changes, remove the other person changes. No, right? So somewhere it should show me an alert. Do the git push. See the error what it shows. Failed to push some references to this because updates were rejected. Because the remote contains the work that you do not have locally. So in the remote you have some work, but that you haven't cloned it into your local. So that's why it is failing to push. At that time, after seeing this issue, I see that somebody has changed something in the remote. I used to pull it and see this. A new file has came. And what is that? It's file 2. Just save the changes. See, it's file 2. Now you try to do the git push. Will it allow right now or not? Still no. It will allow. Yeah. Now it pushed. There are different files. So that's why I pulled all the changes and then I pushed it. What if we both are working on the same file. Understood? So file 2 was created by some person and I created file 3. So that's why I pulled it and I pushed it. Now consider a scenario. We have a file 4. So let's consider this is the file 4. In the file 4, I am modifying like this is version IT. This is version IT. I'm writing the first line. In the same file, the other developer is trying to write it as this is version IT Hyderabad. Okay. Now we are trying to push the same changes. We both are working on the same file. What I have written was version IT. Or else consider like this. Remove this Hyderabad. And here he is going to write it as this is DevOps. Single file, we both are trying to modify it. First, during let's consider 10 a.m. I pushed it. So what the GitHub taken? It has taken my changes. Now the second person he is trying to push it at 10:30. Is it going to allow? No, because why? There is already some information written on that file, and that this person doesn't have those changes. So at that time, what happens? A conflict happens. So you both guys are trying to work on the same file. That's why it is showing a conflict file. You understood earlier? I mentioned conflict. So we both are trying to work on the same file, and there is a conflict. Now tell me which changes I want to keep. If there is a conflict in real time, that won't be like one or two lines, right? There will be thousand and thousand of lines. Each developer is going to work on the same file with the different configurations. His changes of lines will be thousand. The other DevOps changes person will be like one 500 or 100 lines. If I just neglect those change that person changes, and if I just keep my changes, he will come on the next day and he will ask, right, why did you remove my changes? That's a question, right? In that case, what you need to do? So that's a conflict. So what you need to do? So you like in order, these are called as merge conflicts. These are called as merge conflict. Why we use say it as a merge conflict? Because we both used to create a feature branch, we both used to work on the same file, and we both try to merge it onto the main branch. So there is a conflict that is called as merge conflict. How to resolve these merge conflicts? Understood the point, right? I added 10 lines and I pushed it into the repo. Now you want to add 50 lines. Before you are pushing, I just pushed it. What is the suggested way? Before pushing, pull it first. If I pull it, your 50 lines are gone. At that time, what I need to do? అర్థమవుతుందా సింపుల్ అబ్బా దిస్ ఈజ్ వర్షన్ అయితే ఒక లైన్ రాశాను ఇది నేను రాసి పుష్ చేసేసాను ఇతను ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు అదే సేమ్ ఫైల్లో అతని దగ్గర ఫస్ట్ అతను క్లోన్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు ఈ ఫైల్లో ఏమీ లేదు అతను హైదరాబాద్ అని రాశాడు ఇప్పుడు పుష్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఆ పుష్ అవ్వట్లేదు అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాడు గిట్ పుల్ చేద్దామని గిట్ పుల్ చేస్తాడు గిట్ పుల్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది ఇది లేసిపోతుంది కదా ఇది పోయి ఫస్ట్ ఎవరైతే ఏమైతే రాస్తారో అదే వస్తుంది బట్ ఇతను చేంజెస్ gone. Hydrogen is already gone, right? So how can we handle in these situations? These are so if you are saying that whatever the changes you are going to push, first you pull all the changes, then you push it. It works only with the different files. But if you are working on the same file, now tell me, this is merge conflict, right? How can we resolve the merge conflict? I will give you some time for till tomorrow. Try to spend some time on it. So how you need to search for it was how to resolve merge conflict. I will give you an easy way. We both are the only two developers who is working on the same project. You pushed something. I cannot pull it because if I pull it, my change is gone. That's why I will try to push. It shows that merge conflict. At that time, we both will sit with each other. Which changes you want me to keep? Whether your changes or my changes. That is the first point. Second point is we If we both need our both changes, then what we can do? So we need to sit with each other and we need to do that. Basically, who will be taking care of these developers? Who writes the code? The developer only writes the code. They know very well like which changes they need to keep. As a DevOps engineer, if there is a merge conflict, the the better quality of a thing like what you can do is you just give it to the developers. You do not keep any hand into that merge conflict because you don't know what is the original code. Even if you mistakenly merges it again, you can get it back, but the whole around process like అది పెద్ద ప్రాసెస్. దానికంటే కూడా మెర్జ్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు డెవలపర్స్కి ఇచ్చేయండి, వాళ్ళకి తెలుస్తుంది. మెర్జ్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్స్ విల్ బి ఆల్వేస్ టేకెన్ కేర్ బై ది డెవలపర్స్. Why only they are taking care? Because they know what changes they need to keep first. You haven't written any code or anything. That's why you're not responsible for that, right? So, like, I want you guys to search for how to resolve the merge conflicts. I have given you the link also. So please try to put some effort and go through some of the YouTube videos also. You will be able to understand how do I resolve the merge conflicts in Git repository. See this. There is a technique for it, and I will tell you later. So please try to look for the information about it. Okay. Till this point, we have seen how we can merge the date code changes from one branch to another branch, creating the branches, what is a merge conflict, how in which scenarios it will happen. All these things we have seen. Now what I want to do is, till this point, GitHub is fine. The next thing that I'm going to discuss was Azure repos. So to deal with Azure repos, we need to have a Azure repos account first. How can you sign up with the Azure? Okay, so I'll show you. If you remember, throughout the complete course, we are going to discuss about two URLs I have mentioned. One is dev.azure.com and second one is portal.azure.com. Dev.azure.com is completely related to Azure Devops. Portal.com portal.azure.com is completely related to Azure administration. Now we want to do Azure DevOps, right? First we will start with Azure DevOps. So this is called DevOps. If you want to create an account, you can create it by going into this URL, dev.azure.com. So click on dev.azure.com. So once you go to this dev.azure.com, there you will be getting an option to sign up. You have already signed up for GitHub account, right? Like the same way, sign up for this also, Azure DevOps. Sign in into the GitHub, start free or start free with GitHub. Since you already have a GitHub account, try to sign in with the GitHub. And it has taken me to this account, right? Because it is already logged in with this user. So what I can do is, where my credentials are stored, credential manager. Go to here, and I will show you how it has taken dev.azure.com and see this. So this is Samarendra, and remove this, and also, and if not here, if you go to history, if you go to history, there you will be able to see this username and password. So this is stored. That's why directly it has the cookies and cache memory, right? Based upon that, it has taken and signed up. Now what I will do is, the better I can do is just I will try to sign up, sign out. Dev, while coming tomorrow, you need to do this. Start free with GitHub. Again, it has taken me even after signing because cookies and cache memory. So for that, what I am going to do is I am going to completely delete this. I want to delete the history. How can you delete? Go to these three brands, clear browsing data. All time I want to delete the browsing history. Clear now. So this user ID and password also will be forgotten. Anyhow, we are done with the GitHub. So dev.azure.com. Start free with GitHub. I want the user ID, right? So here I'll try to copy it. You need to tell me the ID. HEMANTHREDDY @gmail.com. Password is ID at the rate 123098 at the rate 098. 123098, I think so. Yeah, it has taken. So authorize Microsoft Corporation. By coming tomorrow, you need to do all this. Just sign up. Whatever it asks, take all the defaults as next, next, next. Wherever if you see skip, skip that. So you are, see, it is going to ask you what is the name, and we will reach you at this email address. And where do you want to host your project? As of now, currently I keep it, everything is cloud, right? You can host it anywhere. I am just keeping it for India. Continue. Yes, continue. And see this. Name your Azure DevOps organization. I am just going to keep it as 30. Anything you can keep. You can keep 3045 also, that's fine. We will host your projects in South India. Fine. You need to keep this. Is it small or capital R? Capital R. I think small y. P is capital P, V, Y, D. L. I think P is the small one. This is better. Core SD, XLK, small k. Taking to your organization, DevOps organization. Okay. So first it will create, like consider like this. HCL is an organization or a project? HCL will be dealing with multiple projects, right? So in every organization there will be multiple projects. Like the same here, Hemant Reddy is an organization. Inside that, what is the project that you want to create? I am going to create some web bus. Okay. Do you want to make it as public or private? Just keep it as a private for now. Public is not accessible right now. So just keep it as a private and create the project. 1 year it is free for you. You don't have to pay anything. So if you click on this Azure DevOps, you will be going into the home page. This is my organization. So that's why I'm able to see organization setting. And this is my project, right? If you go to the projects, you will be able to see project settings. Okay. Till this point, it is fine. Now I want to use Azure repos. Why we use Azure repos? To store the code. Okay. So in the Azure DevOps, in a project, we have repos. This is where I am going to store my code here. Earlier, where did you store your code? GitHub. Now I am using Azure repos. Now, Redbus is an empty. Do you want to add some code? Yeah, I want to add the code. So I already have my code in GitHub. I want to bring that code here. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. If you go down, you have import a repository. Import. What is the URL? You need to copy that GitHub URL and then you need to do it. I think I have that URL here. Yeah, this is the one, right? I cannot go to that browser because cache memory cleared, right? So that's why. Yes, import it. So whatever the code that we have in the GitHub, everything is bought into this Azure repos. Is it going to bring the code or history also? When I say history, what do you mean by history? Commit IDs, changes, everything. Each commit ID it is going to give you who made the changes and everything. And see this. And we bought all the code from that repository and I'm able to see only this. And if you go to history, just refresh this. Why it is getting stuck? Okay, that's fine. I created one project and I'm able to bring the file, three files here. And what is the next step was I want to create one more new project. The project name is something called Kia and private and keep it as create. Earlier we bought the code from the GitHub to here, right? I want to utilize I want to write the code from here itself. I don't want to bring any code from somewhere else. If you want to clone it directly into your system, you can do this. But what I want to do is, if you remember when you create a repository in the GitHub, it has created a README file. So like this, you can initialize the main branch with a README file. Okay. So I'll just initialize this. See, it created a README file. Now, if I want to add any files into this repository, create new file or folder you can create, you can upload the files. If you want to clone this completely, you can clone this option or this option, anything is fine. Now do this, copy. If you want to get this Kia repository into your local system, go to git bash and right now you're in IRC demo, right? I'll just come one step back. How I can clone it? Kia is already existed. That means already some file is there. rm minus rf. I just deleted the Kia and then I'm going to clone it again. And once it is cloned, navigate into see this. It is asking for my Azure Devops or not. It's a Microsoft account. It is going to ask. Now I want to sign in with that username. Once I sign in, then it is going to pull all the changes. As of now, I'm not doing that because tomorrow I'll explain it. So reports also we use Git commands. Git is the same version control system. That's what. GitHub is a source code management tool. Azure Repos is a source code management tool. But what is the version control that you use? Git. Source code management tool and version control system is different. Git is a version control system. If you take Bitbucket also source code management tool. Inside that, what is the version control system? Git. Okay. So in this file also, even I can go to the history and I can see who committed it. If you go to the commits, you will be able to see all the commit IDs and everything. If you want to know the branches, as of now I have only one branch that is called as main branch. If you want to see the pull request, you can also create the pull request and see the pull request that is completed or anything pending. Which one is easy when compared with GitHub to Azure Repos? Azure Repos is very easy when compared to GitHub because in a single interface you will be directly able to see all the things, and whatever if you want to make the changes here itself you can make without any what do you call without any without much effort you can directly do this. Okay, so please try to sign up with this account, and there is one more point which I want to discuss. I created a repository, right? Whatever I am doing right now, by heart this and do the same thing in your laptops. I'll tell you why we need to do this. Click on pipelines. It will be empty for you. Click on pipelines. Create a pipeline. Where is your code? Use the classic editor. Just follow the same process. Whatever it is there, just take that. So in the empty, click on empty job and click on plus. Copy. Take this copy files task. Click on this and click on this. You will be getting one value. Copy that. Copy this and in the target also paste this. Now just save this and run. This is the default process that you need to do. Why we are doing this? I'll tell you. This pipeline will fail for you because see, no hosted parallelism has been purchased or granted. That means you do not have a parallelism. To request for a free parallelism grant, please fill the following form. So they have given some HTTPS link, right? If you want to run your pipelines, you need to have a access. So to get that access, you need to fill this form. Copy this and open it in the new tab. A parallelism request. What is your name? Go to your Azure DevOps and from here you can copy it. No, no, not this. So this one, right? Hemant, copy. This is my name. What is the email address? Same thing. You can get it from here. Copy this, paste it. What is the name of your Azure DevOps organization? So click on this Azure DevOps link. Copy this complete link. Copy this complete URL. Fill the form. Are you requesting a parallelism increase for public or private project? What is your project? Submit this. That's it. Once you submit this request, it will go to the request will go to the Microsoft, and they will give you free parallelism request to run the pipelines. Earlier, there is no such kind of access issue. Right now, majority of the people are using, and they are getting more number of requests. So that's why they have created this process to send the request to them. Within 1 day or 3 days or 7 days, you will be getting access to this. Meanwhile, you can use repos and everything. If you want to run the pipelines, you need to have this access. So that's why we just filled it before itself. Okay. This might take 3 days, 5 days, or 7 days. Anything like it completely depend upon their request. Till this point, any doubts, guys?